Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you are a student and facing problem learning stuff, so don't worry, because today in this video, we will be learning about 10 mind tricks to learn anything fast. Before jumping into the video, subscribe to the channel Mindset Madness and hit the notification bell icon. Number 1. Sleep sandwich. Consider the situation. You have one day to prepare for a major presentation. How do you learn a lot of stuff in the shortest period possible? The majority of students attempt to cram. They spend hours studying notes or rehearsing lines. If necessary, they'll work all night. However, despite their best efforts, they forget roughly half of what they intended to remember. The vast majority of the information they packed into their heads will never be seen. Why? Is it because it isn't remembered long term? You can expose your brain to a large number of new stimuli, but it will only remember a small percentage of them since memory requires time. Late night cramming sessions have this drawback. You're not allowing your brain to encode all of the information you require. The sleep sandwich, rather than a single lengthy study session, is the number one reason why scientists endorse it. You should learn about sleep and then learn even more about it, because sleep helps you remember more knowledge. The sleep sandwich is an amazing approach to studying faster. One of the most crucial functions of a good night's sleep is the storage of memories. While your conscious mind is sleeping, your unconscious mind is working hard to store information in your long-term memory. When you pull an all-nighter, though, your brain is prevented from learning and remembering those experiences. You're also degrading the general functionality of your brain. Your brain becomes cloudy, slow, and unproductive when you are tired. So, go ahead and study till 4 a.m. The best way for you to retain information for a longer period of time is best and wish it in between sleeping. Number 2. Practical applications. Unless you have a photographic memory, most items you read will fly in one ear and out the other. You will forget more than you will recall. So how come we lose track of so much data? Why is it that we can't remember everything? The majority of what we learn is abstract. We have a general understanding of concepts and theories. We listen to both pro and con arguments. And while we think these topics are fascinating, many of them have little practical relevance. Let's imagine you're learning how to build a birdhouse, and you put everything you've learned into practice by creating a real birdhouse, right? That's what practical application is. And it helps you remember those teachings better because it converts an idea or a lesson into something concrete. To put it another way, if you want to remember anything for a longer amount of time, make sure to associate it with a practical application that connects you to something real in your life and helps you focus. Make it practical by using your knowledge and creating something tangible and reproducible that you can show, tell, or read to others. Assume you're in a public speaking class, and the greatest way to learn about public speaking is to talk. It simply means that you will never learn about public speaking if you never try to talk. Number 3. Chewing gum. Some chew gum to keep their mouth fresh, while others enjoy the minty fruity flavor. Chewing gum has been shown to provide numerous cognitive benefits in a number of studies. To begin with, chewing gum causes people to be more attentive and less stressed. A 2011 study that had people complete several quizzes in a distracting atmosphere was the first to uncover this. The tumultuous testing chamber would have thrown folks off in usual conditions. It was created to make them feel anxious and reduce their productivity dramatically. People who chewed gum kept more attentive and produced fewer stress-related chemicals, even in those busy surroundings. Chewing gum, in other words, assisted them in remaining calm and concentrating. That isn't all, though. Chewing increases your awareness and mental concentration, according to a 2009 study. Another study published in 2015 found that chewing gum can keep you happy and engaged at work. Different flavors of gum actually make your brain more receptive and adaptable, according to 2 further studies from the early 2000s. Clearly, dozens of researches have been conducted to demonstrate the numerous benefits of this simple behavior. It enables you to learn more quickly, function effectively, and stay focused for longer periods of time. So, the next time you sit down to work, remember to bring some gum with you. Number 4. Paretos Law. Many students believe the same self-destructive myth, which goes something like this. In order to learn something new and understand everything about it, you must first believe that every subject you learn has a sense of perfection to it. You want to know everything, but eventually you reach a point where you realize how much you don't know, as well as how tough and perplexing that subject is. Your ignorance has become an enormous challenge, and you have given up. People often believe that if they can't know everything, they can't know anything. We all know, however, that this is not the best approach to learning. Perfection is and always will be an illusion, and we all know that it is impossible for a human being to achieve. No one, not even the most knowledgeable experts, knows everything there is to know about anything, from metaphysics to history, because it is far too difficult to master in a short period of time. So, instead of learning everything there is to know about a subject, focus on the first 20% to help you lay a strong foundation. Vilfredo Pareto, a construction engineer and economist, recommends laying a strong foundation and then stopping. He was the one who established that 20% of causes are responsible for 80% of the effects. Number 5. Stay hydrated. Hydration during a test, according to a 2012 study, can have a significant impact on your marks. In fact, pupils who drank water throughout their tests did up to 10% better, all because of a few sips of water. That's a full letter grade higher. Hydration has an impact on more than simply your test-taking abilities. It aids in the processing of data, the storage of new memories, and the resolution of more difficult problems. I'm not sure why, because water ensures that your brain works properly. But here's the greatest part. Staying hydrated can be done at any time and in any location. Assume you're reading a book on your couch. Making yourself a cup of tea may just take a few extra minutes, but that cup will do much more than keep your body hydrated. It boosts your metabolism according to 2014 research. It improves your short-term memory. It boosts your long-term memory and makes you want to learn something new, according to a 2014 study. So, grab a glass while you're studying, reading, or even listening to a podcast. Believe me when I say that your brain will appreciate you for it. Number 6. Listen to the music. You've been studying every spare second you've had in preparation for that incredibly complex biology exam that's just around the horizon. You trudge into midnight during your nightly starlit studying sessions, and the hours accumulate. You've probably heard that listening to music while studying can help you concentrate. Music has been demonstrated to have a variety of beneficial impacts on the body and mind in studies. Music simultaneously affects both the left and right hemispheres of the brain, which can help you learn more and remember more. Learn about the effects of music on your body and mind, as well as how to use music to help you study. Students are stressed out in the middle of a busy semester. This is the ideal time to review your class notes while listening to music, as it has been shown to help you relax. Students should listen to music according to the University of Maryland Medical Center. Both healthy people and persons with health difficulties can benefit from music as a stress reliever. Listening to relaxing music helps lower blood pressure, pulse rate, and perceived stress, according to research. So, before you go to a study session, turn on the radio to assist you to cope with tension. Music allows them to digest their feelings and strengthen their determination in the face of adversity. So, if academic life has you down, it's a good idea to turn on some music. It will assist you in concentrating on your studies, reducing tension, and putting you in a learning mindset. Number 7. Burst learning. The question of how long one should study is frequently asked. Many individuals study for hours on end, staring at the pages of a book until they fall asleep at their desks. But is this the most effective method to learn? Are you getting the most out of your education? Shorter study sessions, according to Louisiana State University researchers, are far more productive. They believe that you should study for 30 to 50 minutes at a time. Anything less than 30 minutes is too short, and you won't get enough time in your studies to observe any information, while anything more than 50 minutes is too long, and you'll overload your brain with information and forget a significant portion of what you learned. Stop grinding for hours on end if you want to learn something new. You may feel compelled to study until you can no longer study, but this is not the most efficient use of your time or brain power. Science has established that studying in chunks of 30 to 50 minutes is the most effective way to remember material for a longer amount of time. Number 8. Take notes by hand. While taking notes on a laptop is faster, utilizing a pen and paper allows you to learn and grasp more effectively. Students who took notes by hand observed more attentively and were better able to identify key concepts, according to researchers at Princeton University and UCLA. Taking notes on a laptop, on the other hand, leads to thoughtless transcription and the possibility of being distracted by email. According to collaborator and Princeton University psychology professor Pam Muller, in 3 tests, they discovered that students who took notes on laptops did worse on conceptual issues than those who took notes longhand. They demonstrate that while taking more notes can be useful, laptop note takers' tendencies to reproduce lectures precisely rather than analyzing and rephrasing information in their own words is necessary for learning. It is essential to take notes if you need to remember information for a longer period of time. Number 9. Celebrate and learn from mistakes. It's overrated to be perfect. The whole goal of learning is to try something new, fail, and learn from your mistakes. A study of motor learned published in 2014 discovered that the brain has set aside some room for our blunders. We can use those recollections later to help us do better the next time. Kids miss out on a wealth of knowledge if their parents encourage them to never make a mistake, or shun them when they do. Many students avoid difficult schoolwork because they are easily discouraged when they make mistakes. Because they ignore the most challenging assignments, these people suffer a substantial disadvantage in school and in life in general. More mistakes are made by successful entrepreneurs, and they learn from them. One of the most effective methods to learn mathematics is to make mistakes and learn from them. Number 10, work out. Hitting the gym and doing cardio has a high level of physical benefits, but it turns out that fitness can also help you learn and remember things. Take a quick walk or go to the gym if your thoughts are jumbled. According to one study, a single 15-minute exercise session increased memory and cognitive processing, which is the ability to think effectively. How many of these tricks are you going to follow? Do let us know in the comments. Well, that was it for this video. Subscribe to the channel Mindset Madness and comment and share the video with your friends and family. We will meet you guys soon in another video. Till then, stay safe and thanks for watching.